All right, gang, let's check out Robby Kelley here, winner of the Sugar Slalom up at Stowe last weekend. Robby's a member of the U.S. ski team, part of the whole Cochran clan, and one heck of a skier. He's got about 12 slalom points, 8 GS points. Won it easily. Let's check him out. And what can we learn from Robby? Well, certainly he's got some unbelievable fundamentals. You can see there, clearly, nice level shoulders coming into that gate. He's got direction done as he passes or is hitting and blocking that panel. We can certainly see where he's blocking the pole. I know a couple of you have been hitting your thumb or whatever, but when the pole is more or less horizontal and you're blocking it at the bottom of the guard, you have no chance hitting your hand there. Comes through with nice high edge angles. He's obviously got matching angles here, parallel shafts of the shins there, right? He blocks and plants, right? Now, had a bit of a rut here. He ran 30th in the second round here, soft conditions, so a little bit of a groove coming out, a little bump. So he did get tossed up here, but he elected to keep that outside, the new outside ski down, which obviously gave him a lot of pressure on the outside ski. And that's what the real takeaway from this whole thing, this whole video is, how much he stands on the outside ski. Look at the bend of, basically that ski relative to the inside. We know that all his weight is on the outside ski. So a lot of you, ski way too much two-footed. Here he coming into flush. We're going to lose him, but here he's back. He's square down the hill. He is, again, level. He's not reaching for the pole. Matching angles. Comes through. Uses a little retraction. Because in slalom, if we up unweighted in between the turns, you wouldn't be ready for the next turn. So he kind of sucks it up, he has to get his feet from this side of him to that side of him, and he does it utilizing retraction. He allows the skis to come under him as he crosses over them. All right, top of the turn. One of the harder things to do, but that separates great skiers from average. And he rolls them up nice and high, stands on the new outside ski, arcs the top. Ideally, we want to be arcing above and against the fall line. He is bringing what we call bringing a little shape back to the pole. All right. So when he's in this position here, sort of in the rise line, he's got his skis pointed out here. A lot of you tend to get into the rise line and already have twisted the skis, so they're pointing down the hill, giving you no real room to turn. And we end up having this heavy J turn and all this going on down in here. He gets it done from above. It's more comma shaped. Allows him to have direction done and a quick release. He's off the ski there. He's starting to get off right there. So it's from above. Here he comes in another hairpin, and he's just going to sneak by the top pole, but because the gate after the hairpin is fairly offset, he's going to give his feet some room for a strong exit out of this hairpin. So he didn't come in and try to run this really straight down the hill, because he knew the direction of travel was going from that gate to the one after the hairpin in basically this direction across the hill. So got himself around it, swung out, give feet some room for a strong exit to this gate. Another thing, he comes again, retraction, but after the retraction, he will move forward through the turn. On the top of the turn in slalom is where we tend to have the most extension, the tallest, although he's not standing straight up because there's some inclination. But this is where we are the tallest, but the most extended. He brought his hips up over those boots, right? So he is in the driver's seat. The upper body is fairly erect. A lot of you have a tendency to bent over at the waist the whole time. He has a fairly upright and comfortable upper body. And, look at what that allows him to do. Look at the ankle flexion, and look at the bend in the outside ski. I mean, that is where the weight is. He is pushing hard against it. A lot of you just roll him up, kind of see where the turn takes you. He's forcing the issue. He is pressing as hard as he can. We like to see this sort of matching angles of the back and the knees in this part of the turn. That's some good skiing, and that's because he's on the U.S. ski team, so it makes sense. This was pretty steep in here. This was ruddy. This was tight. But you can see where his upper body is. I mean, it's facing down the hill. He did not over-rotate. If he had rotated towards the direction of the next gate, the skis would have flattened out. He kept the upper body, you can see his number, going down the hill. That's some great skiing. We can all learn something from that, and hopefully you could watch this all summer long. Come out next year skiing like him. Have a good summer.